Yo, YouTube, what's good? It's Agus. In this video, we're going to be covering the Fire Mage Rework. I actually have the PTR pulled up for you guys here. So you can see Mage, these are the new changes that got implemented. So the first thing that we can see here is improved mass. So this basically means that mass will work as intended for Arcane, but it's looking like for the rest of the specs, Mass Invis won't really be an option because it's just going to be a 5-minute cooldown and doesn't affect allies in combat. So we're not going to be able to use this, or you won't want to use this in PvP on any of the other specs because you'll need the Imp Mass talent to actually make it good in PvP, and this is only available to Arcane. So that's the first change that we can see here with PvP talents. Next, we got a little bit of a rework to our mastery, although it's not really a rework. I think what they did here is they just took out the ability to spread ignite from one target on the mastery, and then they put that one target back into like another talent, I think. So not a big deal here. Call of the Sun King. What this talent used to do is it used to just give you one additional charge of Phoenix Flames. Now it increases the damage of Phoenix Flames, which is cool because Phoenix has always been like a low damaging spell. So it's cool to see maybe some damage baked into that. And this is on top of, remember, Rune of Power is being removed. So we're getting 15% on Rune of Power, or 15% damage baked into all of our abilities as well. So obviously Cauterize was a talent before. Now it's just baseline. Combust, nothing's changed here. Let's see, Conflag. This is like some dot over here. They made Pyro affect it. You never really take this talent, so it's not a big deal. This is a big one. So as you guys know, Meteor has been taken out of the general tree. I'll pull up the PTR again. It used to be here. Now Meteor is actually found over here. So they changed a couple things with it. I'll go over it right now. Let me see if I can find it. Basically, it doesn't say it here. It's only introducing the talent. It's actually not going over the changes. But Meteor damage should no longer spread to targets. What used to happen is, I'll show you real quick. You can see here, to all enemies hit, sorry, let me read it for you. Calls down a meteor which lands at the target location, dealing 45k fire damage to all enemies hit, reduced beyond 8 targets. So it used to just always split, but now it doesn't split except for if it's beyond 8 targets. In my opinion, they put it, at least for PvP, this is going to be maybe difficult to get. Because what this ability does, Conflag, is this makes your abilities AoE. So Fireball and Pyroblast will become AoE by picking these talents. And then we have some other talents over here that I don't want to hover over yet that we'll introduce that I think are just too good to give up to get to Meteor. But again, we'll have to see. This is just my really early prediction. So anyways, there is a talent for it that makes the damage higher but does split. So that's what this is saying. This is just saying that talent positions have been moved around. Talent positions been moved around. Nothing's changed here. Okay, so actually I'm just going to go over it in the talent tree here because this article is kind of confusing. But so this is what's changed, guys. This is what's changed. So we have a lot of different, as you can see, the fire tree looks a lot different. So another big buff that we got is hyperthermia. Lasts for 6 seconds now. It's actually in a way better spot to grab it as well. Wildfire got changed. What this used to do is it used to buff your damage on ignite. Now what it's doing is it's increasing your critical strike damage. So this talent is actually insane because fire basically is only crits. Like all the damage you're doing is critical strikes. So that's pretty good. Fire Rush untouched, Flame Accelerant untouched, Kindling has not been changed as well. This is another change up here, Surging Blaze. So this used to be Flame Strike's location. Flame Strike is now baseline. And now this talent, what it's going to do is it's going to reduce the cast time of Pyro and Flame Strike, that's not the part you care about. The part you care about is the next part. The damage dealt is increased by 10%. So that's just a flat 10% modifier on your Pyroblast. Huge. I don't remember if there's any changes here, so I'm going to hover over them as I remember. Oh yeah, so this is a change. So when Ignite is on 3 or fewer enemies, this is where Cauterize used to be, it deals 15% increased damage. So you're going to definitely want to take this talent. You can get some pretty crazy. Ignite is doing already like your top damage in almost every arena match. And you have a lot of modifiers on Ignite as well, such as Glass Cannon and feel the burn, and you'll definitely want to pick up this one as well. But anyways, just to kind of reiterate some more changes here. From the ashes, mastery increased by 2% for each of the charges of your Phoenix Flames on cooldown. So what this used to be is when you held onto your Phoenix Flames, it would increase your mastery. Still not sure if this talent will be picked. I think making sure that your Phoenix is always crit is very good, especially if they're buffing the damage of it with this talent. So I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Maybe that's a good change for PvE though. Now to further go down, we obviously covered this one that increases the damage by 15% now. That's new. Fevered has went from a 2 talent point node to 1. Each consecutive critical strike you deal increases critical strike damage by 2% up to 10. So they didn't nerf it. It's just a 1 talent point node, and they adjusted the numbers so that it would do the same effect with just 1 node. And now we have controlled destruction, which is really cool that we actually get to take this like baseline now because of how strong this next talent is. So I'm about to show you this next talent. This is like the most insane talent I've ever seen ever. So we have this one on the left here, which is the Sun King's Blessing. That's like the PvE talent. And then we have this one here, Unleashed Inferno. While combustion is active, your Fireball, Pyro, Fire Blast, Scorch, and Phoenix Flames damage is increased by 40%, and they reduce the cooldown of combustion by 2.5 seconds per spell. So keep in mind, this is on top of Kindling. So your Fireball, Pyro, and Fire Blast are already reducing the cooldown on Bust by 1, and now they're further reduced by Unleash Inferno, and they're doing 40% more damage. And keep in mind, we have a lot of other modifiers, such as Wildfire, which now increases the damage by 8%, and you have the Pyro modifier from Surging Blaze. You can kind of take Controlled Destruction baseline now. There's just so many. We're doing so much damage right now. It's actually insane. So I'm going to go ahead and just break down a little bit of the fire's damage. Let me make sure my audio isn't too but anyways, here's the rotation, and you guys can see the damage that we're going to do here. So first I'm going to build up some flame cannon stacks because I want to make sure that we get a decent test going here, and you're going to have a lot of flame cannon value in real games. So we're just going to build up our stacks here, and then we're going to pop a fireball, bust, and then we'll go ahead and look at the damage over here later, but just kind of wanted to do like a basic rotation real quick just to show you guys the damage. Oh my gosh, look at the ignite ticks on the other people as well. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll up a bit here. Where did my fireball land? My first fireball. So you can see here the damage is pretty nutty. I'm hitting 350k fireball, 200k pyros, and you can hit harder. I've hit a 450k fireball and like a 230k pyro. I think basically you can see the damage is extremely high. We were hitting maybe before the changes, we were hitting, what was it, 140k fireballs and 85k pyros. So the damage is completely insane with Fire Mage right now. And then you can see as we go down, the ignite ticks are getting, we still have giant ignite ticks too, so that's gonna leave a nasty dot on the target. Yo, just wanted to voice over and cover a little aspect about Bust here. You can see the cooldown of Bust going down drastically as you're pressing your damaging spells. So that's a huge buff. It's part of that new Inferno talent that we looked at. It's gonna really help the cooldown reduction of your combustion by just simply doing your damage rotation. Anyways, that's all really for the fire changes. There wasn't really more than that, although I'm saying that as if this isn't a lot of changes. There's a hella lot of changes here for Fire Mage. There was some stuff also changed here on the left side of the tree. Also, I apologize for like my voice and like kind of stuttering and stuff. I'm still pretty sick, but just wanted to get this video out for you guys. There was a couple other changes over here on the mage side of things that I'll cover real quick. Basically, Diverted got buffed. It was 10 and 20%. Now it's 20 and 40. This talent is still nerfed in half in PvP, so in PvP it'll still be 10 and 20. So we'll have to see if that's any good. And I believe that is all. Let me go back to this thing to see if I missed anything. Let's see. general. Oh yeah, flow of time got buffed as well. It's now gonna reduce. It basically got a, it went from 1 second and 2 to 2 and 4 this town here. So that's actually really good. Shimmer is gonna have like a 21-second recharge now, which is actually huge. That's like a giant buff, I feel. So really happy to see this. Let's see. Yeah, the mass thing, we talked about this. Oh yeah, temporal velocity got a small buff. Not sure if this is like a big deal, but it's nice. And then that's all. Oh yeah, I guess incantation of swiftness got a small buff too. Now increases the movement speed by like 40 and 80. Wait, didn't it do that before though? Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's all I really have for you. Let me know what you guys think about the rework for Fire so far. And that's all I got. Peace, peace.